What is going on, everybody? And in this video we'll be taking a look at the new robbery contract called the Lost contract. This was actually added on Thursday. Pretty cool that they're adding these. I wonder if more are going to come in the future as well. Looking forward to seeing how these go. Regardless, they're actually pretty fun, so jumping right into this one right now, we're going to be starting with lab locations. So once you all arrive outside here, Cess will call you until you got to go to the Lost MC Clubhouse. Now there's multiple locations for this. So for me, I have to go all the way up to like the Hollywood Vine area over here. The other one I had to do was almost all the way in the beach area over there. So it seems like there's multiple locations for these, but all of them pretty much look the same. They're in just different places. So once you guys arrive at the Lost MC Clubhouse, you'll notice that there's a bunch of enemies standing outside here with weapons. So you can do one thing, you could run by all of them and just run inside. But when you get inside, the enemies will start shooting at you anyway. So what I recommend doing is taking these enemies out here first. So doing that will make this a little bit easier. You won't have to come out and see all them shooting at you. Because if you go in there and something happens, you die, or when you're done you come out, they're all going to be shooting at you anyway. So I recommend just taking them all out when you guys are out here. Will make this easier. You're going to notice there's literally enemies everywhere. There'll be a guy to the left here that I actually killed the first time I was in here and he killed me. Take him out and run into this little garage area. Will give you a chance to fight all these guys off. It will take a second. There's a good amount of enemies in here and a lot of them do have shotguns, so do watch out for that because they will literally insta-kill you. I got lasered multiple times trying to do the other mission when I was actually testing this out to see how it is. So watch out for the dudes with shotguns because they do not hold back at all. Kind of interesting how you can't roll when you're in here, but I guess that makes it so you can't like get away from the enemies really easy or something like that. But regardless, it can make it a little interesting. When it comes to locations of the items you guys are looking for, take out all the enemies will make this easier to look around. There'll be some enemies hiding and stuff. Just take them out there. I recommend using the SPAS for this. It makes this a lot easier. So the safe's normally in this room here, at least what I've noticed. I noticed all the layouts of the clubhouses are the same. So here's the safe here. So once you guys come over here, grab the item in the safe, and then you proceed to go upstairs to get the equipment. Now that you got the documents, then you have to go upstairs and grab the bag that Cess was talking about. This is actually not too hard to get, but up here could be kind of weird because there's a guy up here that sits up here with a shotgun, and last time I came up here, he killed me literally instantly. So watch out for him because they, like I said, do not hold back at all when shooting you. That is the enemy right there in the corner that has a shotgun normally. Sometimes getting up the stairs can be weird for some weird reason when aiming, so watch out for that. And if you do that, they'll instantly kill you. But I noticed, like I said, all these places are laid out the exact same. And there is the bag you are looking for. Once you grab this, then you proceed to leave this place. You're going to notice that there's literally enemies everywhere. And, well, the best thing to do is have your car close by and jump in it and get back to the auto shop as quickly as possible. Like I said, this does vary on where you all are because there could be a lot of enemies. You could be farther away as well, can make this a lot more interesting. But it's really not that bad. Your auto shop, then you just turn in the items there and we'll complete the first setup. And now that lab locations is completed, let's now that's completed, let's now take a look at the next mission, which is called Transport Method. Cess will then call you and tell you to go to Elysian Island, which is going to be where the guy is that you're going to need to get the schedule thingy from. So head on over that way to get to the next part of the mission. Once you guys arrive to the location here, you'll then have to wait for the Lost MC to leave, which could take like 20 to 30 seconds. So once they leave, then you can proceed to the next part of the mission. Once they leave, then you head over to the dock foreman here and basically follow him until he gets to the point where you can knock him out and grab the schedule. Once you guys knock him out, then all you gotta do is take a picture of the schedule cargo list thingy there, and that's pretty much it, and then Cess will call you for the next part of the mission. So now after you complete that, Cess will call you and tell you that you need a truck in order to complete the next part, and for this you can use a semi-truck trailer, which is basically this. Now do keep in mind I have noticed a couple things with this, so yes, you can use a regular semi-truck just like this. It really doesn't really matter too much, honestly, for that. You can pretty much use either one. There's a couple locations here I noticed a truck will spawn right here by the dock, obviously. Another one will spawn over here in that area across the way there. But the other area that I had to do this was actually over here in this place. I had to go over here and wait for the guy to walk over in that area. And I did notice that a phantom wedge spawned by the highway over here, so I don't know if there's one in this area. I searched around a good amount of time and didn't see one anywhere. There may be, but regardless, if you do get the phantom wedge, you will have to lose 3 stars with it, so keep that in mind. I did notice that did spawn right in front of the highway. You can't miss it. There's a couple of guards standing right next to it in this area here. And that's pretty much it, guys. But regardless, whatever vehicle you choose, this one will not have any stars. The other truck location is there, by the way. if you're wondering where that would be, right in front of this building here. If you do steal one of the regular cabs, you will not have any cops, but the other Phantom Wedge, I noticed cops will spawn, so do keep that in mind when doing this. And I figured I'd show this as well, guys, if you wanted the Phantom Wedge. I just noticed this actually doing this. I searched around a good amount of time in this whole dock area here. So if you manage to get the spawn location here, the truck will spawn for you right there. So if you did want to get the Phantom Wedge, you will have to go over there and kill the guards and take it. Do keep in mind, like I said, doing this, you will get 3 stars. So let's take out the guards right now for this right there. Once the guards are taken down, you will then be able to take the vehicle, but you will get 3 stars with the Phantom Wedge, so do be prepared to lose the stars. There is multiple reasons I recommend getting the Phantom Wedge for this mission, guys, because, well, for one, not only is it much faster than regular semi-trucks, but this thing will definitely help you tremendously in completing these missions. Like I said, it's very, very fast compared to other semis. You'll be able to complete this much easier with this and lose the cops. It shouldn't be too bad to lose them because how fast this truck is. Just do keep in mind, if you are trying to complete this, you do not have to use this truck if you don't want to. You could use a regular semi-truck as well to be able to complete this job with ease, but the Phantom Wedge will probably make your life a lot easier. Once you lose the cops with the Phantom Wedge, then you got to drive all the way up to Harmony Storage Yard up there, which is a little over 3 miles away. So head up there and you will then complete the second part of this mission. We'll then complete the mission there, and then you can move on to the final part of the contract. Alright, so now that those 2 missions are completed, we now can jump into the main part of the contract here called the job. Do keep in mind, by the way, everybody, that you can do either one of those 2 missions up there in any order you would like. Anyway, let's jump right into this now. Alright, so now that we're in this menu here, what you guys want to do is pick the Hustler loadout. The reason for this is the bullpup rifle is honestly so awesome that I really don't recommend using any other class for this. You also get a machine gun pistol, which is really, really good for being in your car, so I do recommend this. Also, don't forget to grab armor, because there's a lot of enemies in this. So once you all arrive outside of the auto shop there, Cess and Kay will have a very long conversation telling you where to go with all that, with the meth labs and grabbing them, planting all the bombs, and then getting the truck and all that. So what you all want to do is once you head out of there, wherever your auto shop may be, you're going to want to head over to this meth lab first down here. This is the easiest one to get to first. I recommend this because you can go here, and then after that one you can head up to this one, and then so on to this one, and then here. This is the best way to do it because the truck that you took is going to be right in this location here, which then you have to take over to grab the tanker that is over here. Once you all arrive at the location here, you'll notice that there's a lot of enemies that are standing around waiting for you, and they'll get kind of annoyed once you're standing there. So I recommend doing is pulling out the bullpup and just taking them all out. If you don't, they'll shoot at you anyway, so you might as well just get out of your car before then and take them out that way. I think this is much easier. Once the enemies are then taken down, you can bring your car closer, which would be easier to escape this place, because after you take all the enemies out, there will be a bunch of bikers that will spawn. Actually, I noticed there's only really 2, maybe 1 that will follow you everywhere. Pretty much the entire mission. There's one right there, as you guys will see. They'll just come in there, start shooting at you. They're really nothing to worry about, but some of them do have shotguns, and they've shot me through my car before, which is insane. I need the aim that they have. The location here to plant the bomb. You'll notice that there's an enemy that spawns in that corner. I did kill him already, but he does spawn over there, so watch out for him. I noticed only 2 of the locations actually have an enemy inside, and this is one of them. Once you're all done there, get out of there and get into your car and leave as quickly as you can. There's really no point of staying back and fighting the enemies. Arriving at this location, you'll notice that there's a ton of enemies inside that will try to kill you. What I recommend doing is keeping an eye out on these bikers that will come first and take them out. And then park your car near the area just like this, so you guys can hide near it and take out the bikers before they actually try to kill you, because they definitely will. What I recommend doing in this area is taking out the bikers first, and then once they're taken out a little bit and you guys have a little breathing room, then proceed to come into this area here. Throw a pipe bomb at this van, which I noticed makes this much easier, and then make a break for this side over here. There's normally a guy in this corner here that hides there, and he has killed me multiple times trying to do that. But try to get in there and take him out, and then get your snacks ready, and you guys will be in a safe location here to take out the remainder of the enemies. The other enemies will definitely try to come in here, so watch out for them, and sometimes they'll do that and hide behind your car, which is very unfortunate. Once you take them out, then you guys can proceed to get inside the building. Also keep an eye out for this side as well. There's normally 2 enemies that spawn over here. That was the first one. There's also another one that hides behind this wall too sometimes, and watch out for him. All you have to do in this location is plant the bomb there and then get out of there within the 27-second time before you blow up with it. Don't worry, because once you all come outside, there'll still be enemies out here trying to kill you, which are the ones that are from the bikers that are remaining, so they will definitely try to attack you. They will not, I know sometimes they don't really come in here too much, but there's more of annoying than anything, and they'll just keep trying to shoot you and all that, so do keep an eye out for them. Don't just run out there. I've run out there sometimes and they weren't showing up on the map. Quick little tip as well, I had one time an enemy was up there for me, and that was not fun. He literally lasered me before he even got out of the building. That was really unfortunate. Once that's done though, guys, jump in your car and head over to the next location. Moving to the third location here, you'll notice there's a ton of enemies over here, and if you start shooting the bikers before you get here, all the enemies will be alerted, so do keep an eye out for that. And be a little careful because it can end pretty bad pretty fast if they're surrounding you. Once you guys get here though, take out the enemies in this area. Try to get some cover as well because the guys on the bikes will come up behind you. So try to just run around this area here. Watch out for this direction. I noticed this guy on the bike doesn't really show up on the map that often. And he actually came up behind me the first time. I didn't even realize he was there. So watch out for him. Take the enemies out and then proceed to go into the next location and plant the bomb. The other location that has an enemy, as you guys see, I already killed them there, but they're normally in the back there and then will come after you when you walk in. The other guy gets stuck, but that person will literally walk toward you. Once you get in here, take him out and then plant the third to last bomb. Arriving out of this building, you'll notice that there's sometimes a good amount of enemies. They were actually hiding there for me and I couldn't really see them too much, and they'll immediately start shooting at you the second you walk out of there. And for some reason, their aim could be insanely lasery, so watch out for that when you guys come out because they can catch you off guard pretty hard. But once that's done, head over to the last meth lab before you can get to the last part of the mission. Arriving to the last location here, what I recommend doing, guys, is just driving right in here where this enemy is here. Watch out for the fence because apparently it's made of the same thing the bushes are made of on Cayo Perico, which kind of makes sense for that considering that's actually steel. But anyway, once you guys are over here, make sure you guys take out all the enemies, and they will continue to come from the bikes there, so watch out for them as well. Normally they spawn on your map, but I notice occasionally they may not spawn on your mini-map, so you might not be able to see who they actually are. So be a little careful for that because definitely don't want to die from something like that on here. Luckily you have one life, but it definitely ends pretty quick if something goes wrong. Once all the enemies are finally dead out there, then you guys proceed to come in here and plant the final bomb before you can go after the truck and grab the tanker. All you have to do here is grab the truck and then head over to where the tanker is and attempt to get that. I will show that part there because there's a lot of enemies by that area. Once you all arrive here, you'll notice that there's a ton of enemies and they pretty much do not give up no matter what. Now, you probably could drive in there and just grab the trailer, but I highly doubt that would work. Maybe because they'll all be shooting at you at the same time and you probably won't be able to defend yourself long enough to be able to grab it. You could spam your snack button if you want, which might be the easiest way to do this. Or you could just try to kill them all like I am here, which is really not too many of them, just a good amount, but they do all hide around stuff like this. To make this a little bit harder to grab them there. Taking the enemies out, like I said, one by one is the easiest. Let them try to come out because, like I said, they hide really well for some reason. And, like, when you get near them, I notice they won't even show up sometimes until you're, like, literally right on them. Or sometimes they'll just start shooting at you randomly and they won't even be on your map. So keep an eye out for them because this will definitely be really annoying. Once y'all take most of the enemies out there, and or all of them for that matter, you then head over to where the truck trailer is. Now, I notice it can spawn at about 3 different locations here. So this is location 1 right here, and I notice the other 2 are going to be in this area here. It's pretty much the same thing in each place. It's just different places for it to spawn, I guess. I guess they did that to make it a little bit interesting when you do the mission different times. I guess here I do have a couple enemies I'm still trying to take out, which you could do from your truck here. Might make it a little safer. Quick little tip here, I noticed the slam van is always blocking the trailer as well. So if you guys are doing this solo, make sure you're going to have to move that every single time you guys come here. If you do not, you will not be able to really get in there. You could move the truck with the Phantom Wedge and just squeeze on in there and grab it, but I recommend just moving the truck. It'll make this a little bit easier. Once you guys finally get the trailer, then head back over to where the client is with it. Now, this Phantom Wedge makes this much, much easier because of how fast this truck is, and it pretty much makes cars go flying and all that, and the bikers will go flying when they get near you as well, so be careful for that, but it's also really fun to make them go flying. I do not believe the truck can blow up if you guys hit too many cars with it, but don't let cars blow up next to you because I know sometimes they can blow up. The bikers also blow up sometimes too if you run them over the wrong way, so do watch out for that because that'd be really tragic for something like that to happen. And a little tip and trick here too on this bridge, be careful if you guys aren't going on it perfectly. You can hit the side of it with the big cone on the front and go flying. I actually messed up one of my runs like that. So watch out for that, but all you gotta do is head to the client to complete the rest of this contract. Once you all turn in the Phantom Wedge there with the trailer, that will then complete the mission there, and that is pretty much it for this contract. Let me know what you guys think about the new contract in the comments below. Do you guys like it? Do you rather do the other ones? What are your thoughts on this? Thank you all so much for watching.